It does. Okay, there we go.
Good afternoon, everyone that is joining us today for the East African Virtual Open Day. We'll just give folks a couple of minutes and then we will kick off. In the meantime, you could just put in the chat box where you are joining us from today, which country in East Africa, and which city as well. Thank you for those who are joining. I see we have Edith from Kampala, Uganda. If you're joining us now, welcome. We are giving folks a couple of minutes, but you can let us know which country and which city you're joining us from today. Right, we see Rwanda represented by Jean and Kenya as well. Right. We'll give it a minute and then we kick off. And the rest will join us along the way, just to be cognizant of you who have joined on time. All right, so allow me to kick off. By way of introduction, my name is Lydia Karingithi, and I manage partnerships for Nexford in Kenya and East Africa. And basically what my role entails is I source, lead, and manage strategic partnerships that are driving our entry into the Kenyan and East African market. And I am joining you from Nairobi, based out of Kenya. So we shall kick off today, and I'm joined by my wonderful teammates, and you'll get to meet them as we move along. So who is Nexford, which is the reason why we are here today? We are a US accredited university with learners from over 110 countries who are looking to build in-demand skills 100% online. We leverage technology to deliver learning, to deliver a world-class education at a fraction of the cost of traditional universities. Our programs are future-focused and they're competency-based, and they enable you to build practical skills that you will use to get ahead in your career or manage your business. And with no fixed class times, you can flex your learning to fit your schedules. Our tuition fees are charged on a monthly basis, and so the faster you graduate, the more money you save. So, Roberta, we can please move from the next slide. Thank you. So these are the programs that we currently have at Nexford. We have our master's programs, and currently we have 4 of them. We have the MBA, which you can take with the specializations listed therein. So you can choose to take your Master of Business Administration as a standalone program, or you can choose to add a specialization to it. We also have the Master of Science in Digital Transformation, the Master of Science in Data Analytics, and the Master of Science in Entrepreneurship. We then have one bachelor's program, and that is the BBA. the Bachelor of Business Administration, and you can also choose to take it as a standalone program or with the specializations listed below. And if you're interested to learn more about our programs, about the pricing, please feel free to use the Q&A tool at the bottom of the webinar, and we'll have somebody from the team be able to assist you. That way we are able to track and not posing your questions on the chat box. So on average, our MBA program takes 18 months to complete. However, like we said earlier, you flex your learning around your schedule, and so you can choose to accelerate your learning path. Of course, there are prerequisites to that. You need to maintain the right grade for the program that you are taking for you to be able to accelerate. And therefore, you really dictate how long it takes to complete. For the BBA program, the average completion time is 48 months. But then again, you can choose an accelerated learning path, and you can be able to complete faster, and you can save more money. Other than the degree programs, we also have short courses and certifications as well. So we do have graduate and undergraduate certificates, and these take an average completion time of 5 to 6 months. So if you're looking to master skills that will help you get ahead in your career or run your business better, or basically you're looking to solve a particular program, then these short courses and certifications are ideal for you. And an example of those are listed there, but we also have them comprehensively listed on our website. Then we also have the graduate and undergraduate courses, and this take a maximum duration of 4 to 8 weeks. And basically, those are some of the courses here, but we have over 100 graduate and undergraduate short courses that you can take. And we encourage you to view our website, where we have all the courses listed there across different disciplines that could be helpful for you, for your business, and for your career as well. We'd like to mention a offer that we have, and this is a November offer, a November scholarship, where if you enroll today, and the deadline for enrollment at any given time at Nexford is the 28th of every month. So if you enroll between now and the 28th, you will get 50% off the first month of your program, and then 30% off from month 2 until the completion of your program. This scholarship is applicable to the below program. So this is the Bachelor of Business Administration, the Master of Business Administration, the Master of Science in Digital Transformation, and the Master of Science in Data Analytics. If you would like to lock the scholarship and say, for instance, you're not ready to begin your learning from November, you can enroll between now and the 28th of November, and then you can elect to enroll or start your program at a future start date. We do have our team that can advise on how to go about that, but also if you have additional questions regarding our November scholarship, our November offer, we invite you to ask them at the Q&A box at the bottom of the Zoom. All right, so not only do we have solutions for people who are looking to advance their academic portfolio, but we also have talent solutions for businesses. And more often than not, we have gotten questions from our learners, from our alumni, who have asked us whether we can support either their businesses or their organizations, and the answer is yes. And so, Roberta, we could please move to the next slide. And so for us, this is really just to give you a bit of statistics and data that we have driven, that we use to basically drive our talent solutions. And from a couple of studies that have been done, one is a LinkedIn Workforce Learning Report of 2019. And one of the key insights that came out from that report is 94% of employees would actually stay longer with organizations that are helping them to learn. And it's also been seen from, again, different studies, the lack of career development or organizations that are not supporting their employees to learn is the number one reasons why employees leave. And that is why we support organizations in developing and retaining their existing employees. So for us, for the talent solutions that we have are divided into three. So, we support organizations to attract the right talent, to develop the right talent, and to retain their existing talent. And so when it comes to attract, as Nexford, we can support you to source, screen, and hire talent that is ready, that is job ready from day one of hiring. And so if you are working with an organization that is looking for this kind of support, please feel free to reach out to us and we can see how to support you. If you do have existing talents and you'd want to upskill them, we also support with that. We support you in doing a training needs analysis, identifying the gaps that exist when it comes to skills shortages within your organization, and we are able to support your organization in upskilling your current employees. And this way, you're able to capture future revenue opportunities for the business. And like we have seen earlier, retaining talent and especially good talent is key for any organization. And so how we support organizations in improving their retention is supporting them in training their employees using a program that we call education as a benefit. And so what we do here is, because as I mentioned earlier, our programs are competency based and are designed to ensure that we are capturing what is required by industry. We ask organizations to help us with thought leadership and insights as we build our curriculum. And in return, we give you special tuition discounts and scholarships that can support their employees to study. And this especially is in the case where some organizations support their employees to learn in different ways. For example, giving them time off to study, giving them resources, but ideally they do not have the training budgets. So as they are working on developing these budgets, education as a benefit is one of those components in which we can support your employees to learn. And lastly, these are the global brands of organizations that we work with, supporting their businesses with talent solutions, and some of the organizations that our learners and graduates currently are. And so as you can see, we are a trusted leader when it comes to education, and we'd love to have a conversation on how we can support you to learn and how we can support your organization with the right talent solutions. And now I'll call upon my teammate Sandra to run us through the admission requirements.
Thank you, Lydia. Once again, my name is Sandra. I'm the manager for admissions and register. Let me provide you the admission requirements should you be interested in applying at Nexford University. First, we are requiring a copy of your government ID. So for it to be acceptable, it must have your photo, your full name, your date of birth, and if it has an expiry date, it must be valid upon submission of your application. So acceptable government IDs are national IDs, passports, driver's license, or voter's cards. Another requirement is a digital copy of your passport style photo. So the passport style photo must be clear and professional looking, as this will be verified against the photo on your government ID. Specific credential requirements, it varies. So for undergraduate certificates and degree program applicants, we require that you pass, if there are national examination requirements, you must pass the minimum requirements in order for you to be accepted into your chosen undergraduate program. Now, examples would be, I see that we have someone from Kenya, Rwanda, and also Uganda. So for example, for Kenya, our minimum requirement is for you to submit a KCSE result with a mean average of C+, or a mean grade of C+. For Uganda, we are requiring UCE and UACE. So for UCE, you must pass 5 subjects with C and 2 principal subjects for advanced level. For Rwanda, we require passing of 2 principal subjects, and this is for the Rwanda Advanced General Certificate of Education. Some learners would have taken high school following a UK or a US curriculum. So if you are following a Cambridge education and you have taken IGCSE, we also accept that. And you must have a grade of C in 5 subjects, including mathematics and English. If you have taken the GED or the General Education Development Test, you are required to meet the requirements of 145 score on all 4 content modules. We have learners at an undergraduate level who have a diploma. And if you are diploma holders applying for undergraduate programs, we may be able to transfer in the credits you have taken in your diploma program. You may want to communicate with our Nexford application specialists if you are interested in transfer credit. At the graduate level, this concerns our graduate level certificates and degree programs. The minimum requirement is for you to have a bachelor's degree. Specifically, I see attendees from Rwanda. So for Rwanda, the bachelor's degree that we're requiring for it to be comparable to a US bachelor's degree is a bachelor's of honors. So it must have 480 credits. And then the next requirement would be the proof of English language proficiency. We use different databases for us to verify institutions' accreditation and also the comparability of the foreign credential. Apart from that one, we see information in terms of the language of instruction for a specific education system on a specific country or for specific university. So if we see that the language of instruction is English, we waive this requirement for our applicants. However, if not, you are required to satisfy the proof of English language proficiency requirement. And lastly, you must pay the application fee for you to be able to submit your application for review. Specific program requirements apply for our graduate level programs. For MBA, for you to be accepted directly to the MBA program, you must have a business degree or a business-related degree. Otherwise, you're required to take a foundation course and attain a C or better before you can transition into the MBA program. For our MSDA program, you must have a degree in business or related with a statistics course. If you don't have one, you are required to take 2 foundation courses with and attain a C or better for you to be able to enroll into the MSDA program after. There would be applicants who have a degree in statistics or maybe a business-related degree without a statistics course. If those happen, whichever satisfies. Let's say, for example, you have a degree in statistics, there would be 1 foundation course that can be waived, but you are required to take the other foundation course. For MSDT, on the other hand, you must have a business-related degree or an IT-related degree. Otherwise, you are also required to take 1 foundation course and attain a C or better. For MSc, we don't have program requirements for MSc. Any bachelor's degree program would qualify for our MSc program. Just also, before I transition or before I move forward, before I hand it over to Janine, I wanted to address one question in the chat concerning the scholarship. So there are scholarships provided, and depending on how you meet the criteria, you would be awarded with the scholarship. In terms of the intake, we intake learners every 1st of the month. So right now, the available intakes are for December, January, and February. So if you wanted to if you are completing your enrollment this month, you can choose from the 3 open start dates that are available in our enrollment platform. So that's it for me. Moving forward with Janine.
Thank you, Sandra. Hi, everyone. My name is Janine, and I'm a senior application specialist at Nexford, and I'm really excited to show you guys what our learning platform looks like. I just want to share the screen. Just want to find out if you guys can see my screen. You may just let me know in the chats.
Yes, we
All
can.
right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So the first thing I want to show you is Canvas. This is our learning management platform that we use. So when you first get started with us, you'll be required to set up your Canvas profile, which this is the website. I'm also going to show you guys what the mobile app looks like. So there's also a mobile app available for Canvas Student. You can download it from Play Store or for your iPhone. So you'll be able to view your courses, your grades. Although you can learn on the go, you won't be able to submit your assignments via the cell phone app. You'll have to do it through Canvas. So when you finally set up, this is what your student dashboards look like. And this is also a learning management platform that's used throughout universities all over the world. So this is basically your dashboard. This is where all your courses will be displayed. So courses open at the beginning of every month. So and you can complete a course usually within 4 to 8 weeks. It really depends on how much time you have to spend on your program. So the first thing, I have already opened the course for you. So the first one that you will have to complete is the Nexford orientation course. So you'll see when if let's say your start date is December, so you will get access to your learner management platform immediately when you are enrolled with Nexford. So you'll be required to complete your NXU orientation course. And so there's 4 modules in the orientation course, and why it's so important for you guys to go through it. It's because it takes you through the learning management platform, how you can connect with your lecturers, your success team, which is also a term that you will hear quite frequently during this this virtual tour. How you can connect with study groups and so forth. So I'm just going to open the first page for you. I quickly want to play this. So this is the introduction. Hope it plays sound. Please just let me know if you guys can hear the sound.
We're unable to, Janine.
Sorry?
We're not able to hear the sound.
Oh, you're not able to. Okay, it always happens. I'm not sure what's wrong. But okay, that is a video from our CEO, Fadil. I can't try and figure out why it's not working right now. But basically what he says there, I just want to reiterate, we are a skills-based university. So what we aim to do with our programs is not just to teach you a degree, but also give you the skills that you will need. So when you graduate from your degree, you're already equipped with the skills that employers are looking for. So you'll also be able to reach out to Fadil. Just going to go to the next page. So we also have study groups. So that is a whole list of WhatsApp groups that you can join. So it's really great about the study groups is you can join learners that study the same program as you or started within the same month as you. We have a whole page of different WhatsApp groups available. If there is, for instance, a WhatsApp group that does not exist yet or for your intake, or specifically maybe your program, you can always create your WhatsApp group and share it with our success team, and then we'll add it to our website. So it's really great. This helps you because a lot of questions we get is like, am I going to be alone throughout this journey? And we really try to get our learners to connect in as many ways possible as we can. So it is really fantastic to make use of the WhatsApp groups. So it's peer mentorship. I'm just going to quickly skip through here. So this is where you can introduce yourself. You'll be able to set up a profile, your account, which is here in the left corner. How you can respond to other learners. So it's really important to go through this before you start your program. So for instance, here we'll show you how to navigate Canvas. And there's only 4 modules. So you can do this probably in an hour, 2 hours. So it also explains you how you can get in touch with your success team. So your success team is a team that is there for you. So if you require any assistance throughout your learning journey, you can reach out to your success team, and that's apart from your lecturer. So your success team is there to assist you. If you have any problems, let's say with submitting one of your assignments, or you need a leave of absence, your success team is there to guide you through every step of the way. Okay, we're going to cover the calendar and inbox now. So I'm just going to quickly scroll through what you can expect in your orientation course. So it's really important that you guys do complete this. You won't get marks for it, but it is really helpful. So next up, I opened one of our courses. Obviously, your courses that display here will depend on the program that you choose to study. This is a demo account. So there's no grades and stuff to show, but I can definitely go through the course with you. So this is the home. So it will just give you an overview of what you can expect of the course. On the right-hand side, you can see all your deadlines for assignments will be there. If you've got any upcoming assignments or assignments that you completed, you'll be able to view it there. So you can go and view your syllabus. So this is just a breakdown of how much each of the marks are for that specific course. And each course consists of 6 modules and a final project. So you would have 8 weeks to complete this. And this is basically everything that it will cover. Then your final assignment. You'll be able to view your assignments here. So you'll be able to keep track of all your deadlines. We do say that you can study in your own time, but you still have to meet your deadlines. So you'll be able to see all the upcoming assignments, past assignments for that specific term. You'll be able to view your grades, which is a fantastic breakdown of all your assignments that you handed in. You will be able to see if there's a comment that your professor left you. You'll be able to view this here. And it also gives you a full breakdown for how much does each project count for. So in this case, the final project is 40%. It could differ depending on the professor. Okay, so next up, I want to talk about the writing lab. You'll also see this will also be on your dashboard. So what the writing lab is for, if you need to write research papers or any academic writings, you would make use of the writing lab. So we use the APA referencing style format. And if you're not familiar with it, you will find all the resources that you can possibly get to assist you with your referencing, your in-text citations, how and when you can use AI tools, ChatGPT, media legitimacy. So if you're unsure, the writing lab is here with very insightful resources that can assist you with your writing. So next, I want to, okay, it always does that. So you also have access to our library. So if you need to do research on a marketing project or artificial intelligence, there's literally thousands upon thousands of resources within the library, all available to you guys. And you can find it on the left-hand pane of your learner profile. So next up, I want to discuss the calendar. So my calendar doesn't have anything in there. Like I said, this is a demo account, but you can organize your calendar pretty much. You can color code each course. So your courses will be here. You can select which information you want on your calendar. You can also add our calendar, the Nexford University calendar. So usually on that calendar, if there is any events coming up, such as webinars that we are hosting, it will come up with the Nexford University calendar. I think also, I'm not 100% sure, but I think also if we do have live classes, it will also be on the Nexford University calendar. So I accidentally closed that. Just want to show you. So each course is color-coded with the courses here. So you can make your own entries, which is great. If you need to remind yourself about an assignment or event or a study group or a study event, you can do it through your calendar. What's nice is you can even add more details, extra notes to your calendar entry, and you can color code it as well. And next up, I want to show you the inbox. So this is where you can contact your success team, or if you need to speak to your professor, this is where you will do it from. You can obviously, if you do have the email address, you can use your Outlook email as well, but everything here is in one. So let's say you want to speak to your professor and you don't have his email address. So you can select the course specifically. Oh, sorry, I need to, there we go. So you select the course. And then this is a demo account. So your account will display students and lecturers. So then you can choose if you would like to speak to one of the students or to the lecturer. And there is an address book. So if let's click on the student, okay, there's nothing added. But so if you would click on it, it will give you a list of names, which you can then use and insert. There you can choose your subject and send your email. So that's how easy it is to connect with other learners and with your professors. Okay, then the last thing I want to speak about is our career services and development. So what we've mentioned before is that we are very skills orientated. We want our learners to, when they walk out of university, to have a hand set of skills that they can walk into an employer and be ready to start work. So since you're in Africa, you will get free access to IBM Digital Nation Africa. You'll also get access to LinkedIn Learning. I've opened it here for you. So you'll get access to LinkedIn Learning, where you can study up to, I think it's probably over 16,000 different courses. So let's say you are studying a master's in entrepreneurship, but you would like some, let's say, for instance, artificial intelligence experience. So you can just... and it will give you all the courses. And what's really amazing about this is with most of these courses, you do get a certificate of completion, which you can also add to your resume or your LinkedIn profile. So this is also what one of the sources that we give our learners to help them grow their skills. And lastly is Forage, is where you can gain work experience, and it's free virtual work experience. So you can see there is very large companies. If you want to progress in your career or maybe move in a different direction, but you don't have any experience, this is really one of the resources I would recommend using. As you can see, it is very big companies, HSBC, Goldman Sachs, Electronic Arts, Bloomberg. So the possibilities is really endless. Yeah, and this gives you real-time experience. You will see when you apply, some of them is 3 to 4 hours, 6 to 7 hours, 1 to 2 hours. But this helps you gain real-life experience working for one of these big companies. So this is really amazing. I just wanted to show you that. Okay, and I think that is all from my side. I just want to stop sharing.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janine. And now we are going to move into the learner experience, and I believe there's no better way to hear from somebody who's going through it. And I'd like to introduce us today to the learner who's joining us for the open day. We have Brian Ndyaguma with us, and he is an MBA learner at Nexford. Brian is also an entrepreneur with a decade of experience in fostering innovation within large organizations. He specializes in designing and executing entrepreneurship and innovation programs, collaborating with startups and industry partners. Brian excels in data analysis, adapting programs to meet industry needs, and facilitating stakeholder collaboration. His strong communication and leadership skills enable him to liaise effectively across diverse teams, driving impactful projects and nurturing better entrepreneurship ecosystems through a human-centered design approach. So we'd like to welcome Brian from Uganda for the session today. So welcome, Brian.
Thank you, Lydia. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too. All right, so we'll jump right in. And my first question to you is, why did you elect to do an MBA?
So first, I would say I honestly struggle with deep concentration because of the work that I do. It already takes away so much of my like brain space for me to dig deep into people's strategic documents and try to understand what it is they're doing. And so having to show up, in a physical class becomes very difficult for me, and also because I have to keep making all these movements. And then I'm scrolling online, just about to sign up for an MBA program in Estonia, and I find Nexford, It was quite seamless because it was about 11 p.m. in the night. I'm in Kampala, and someone quickly responds to my queries on how to get signed up for a class. And then I find that it's entirely online, I don't have to show up anywhere in class. Everything is online. For me, that made my decision, very quickly. Very easy for me to make.
Yeah. Great, thank you for that. And in addition to that, when you made the decision, why did you choose Nexford over traditional university in Uganda?
So like I mentioned before, for those who have been to Kampala, most of our learning is physical. Some universities have introduced blended learning, but the bulk of it will require you to be, physically present, even just submitting documents or your academic, classwork. And that honestly does not work for me as a person and also as the work that I did. But also, the more I dug into what Nexford was offering, the more I realized that there's all this access to resources that I didn't have to open or buy in multiple accounts. Like LinkedIn Learning was right there. What I figured out, that was actually very helpful was the writing lab. I took me time to understand it, but the moment I started doing my assignments, fantastic resource right there. And in a nutshell, it's this flexibility to be able to do my things, but then also have my university on the go.
Yeah. Great, thank you. Thank you, Brian. So as a current learner, how have you found the Nexford learning experience, and what aspects of that do you like the most?
I like the case studies. I think for me, they resonate with almost the work that I do, because it's also very case study driven, the work that I do. Get into one organization and dig up so much history around what makes their strategy good or not. And the case studies are the same for my class. I should say that I'm doing an MBA specializing in international business. And for one reason I chose that is because most of the clients that I'm working with now are crossing borders. I'm originally, from Uganda. I do my work in Uganda, but I took this call from Nairobi because of the work that I have to do here for a client. And that type of exposure is what I was looking for in my classwork, So I love the case studies. I love Bill, the professor. He's an interesting guy. I've only spoken to him once, but my professor is cool. I like him. I like his feedback. I like that he's quick to respond. I like the success support, officers or managers. I have been up at 4 a.m. and I have found someone to, walk me through an assignment where I couldn't understand. That quick response for me is, I don't know about other people, but that's how I like to work.
Yeah. Great, thank you. It's good to hear that the Nexford community has helped with your learning, especially faculty and your professors. Have you received any help with your learning from your peers, so those you are learning with, or anybody else? Has that been helpful at all?
Yes, yes, yes. My first assignment was quite a trick, especially like the writing lab. I didn't know how to use it, so I reached out. I think I reached out to like 50 people. I tried to text everyone in the community that I could get a hold of. And then this one Nigerian lady responds, bless her. She was on her way to work and she puts me on a WhatsApp call and she apologizes for the noise in the vehicle. But then she's like, yeah, I know what you're asking for. I've been through it. I'm in my 9th month of my MBA. And she walks me through, what I should do with the writing lab. Student, she had zero attachment to my success,
Yeah.
But I think she was just online and the chat came through and she responded,
Yeah.
immediately. I found that interesting because it's completely online learning, it's very tempting to think that you're going to be alone in this journey, So yeah, that was shocking for me.
Great, thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience, Brian. And we do have a saying at Nexford that says online does not mean alone. And it's good to hear that validated by somebody who is going through the Nexford learning experience. And I think the other question is, you mentioned the work that you do and how intensive it is and the clients that you work with. And I'm sure you also, have a family and you need to balance a personal life. So I think it would just also be great to hear how you manage to balance work, your personal life and school, especially with now the Nexford learning model.
Yeah, so that lady told me something, she told me that the first thing you should probably work on is scheduling, the ability to schedule everything that you have to do, like make this education and learning a part of your calendar. And she told me just set aside 2 hours of your day every day. It doesn't matter what time you want to do your learning, but just set aside 2 hours and make sure that you respond to your classwork. And if the assignment is supposed to be, handed in on, let's say, the 18th, make sure you have the assignment ready by the 15th. At least give yourself 3 days ahead of time. So it means every day you're spending 2 hours on your class and then you spend about 30 minutes on your assignment out of those 2 hours, like be intentional about spending 30 minutes onto your assignment. And was it clear, was it very simple the first 1 month? No, but I think that that's what also online learning teaches us. And the founder in the video, and I encourage you guys to watch that video. Uh, there's another famous YouTube video of his where he talks about the digital grid. And I think that was the highlight to how I made the decision to join Nexford, because I deal a lot with digital technology. So being a part of the digital grid means that you also need to align your life with digital lifestyle and digital opportunities. And these require so much to learn how to budget your time, family, your own personal time, and of course learning. So I put aside 2 hours. In those 2 hours, I have 30 minutes of intentional focus on my assignment. And I make sure that I submit in time in all my assignments.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you for those tips and sharing that. So finally, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to please use the Q&A at the bottom of the screen and we'll be happy to respond to you. I think my final question to you, Brian, is what advice would you give to anybody who's looking to enroll in Uganda, but also in this case, from across, because I believe, like, for example, you are a digital nomad. You said you're currently in Nairobi, working on a client, but you're based out of Uganda. So what advice would you give to anybody who's looking to enroll?
So, I think that our countries, especially Africa, is going to entirely look for flexibility. All our opportunities do not leave flexibility behind, and technology enables that. And if you can find education that is coupled or enabled by technology, for me, that is something that you should not leave behind. The fastest way we're going to be able to make a lot of progress on the continent is by embracing everything that has been enabled by technology. And this is what Nexford has done extremely well. If you're here and maybe you're still doubting on whether this is the thing for you, or the other thing that they're probably not talked about that I should, double down is flexible payments. We know our economies and, our things in Africa. Flexible payments. I pay my tuition through my mobile money, you're not going to find this in our typical traditional universities, in installments per month. That's not you will not find it in most of our traditional universities. And that's the flexibility I'm talking about.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brian, for your time and for joining us today. We appreciate you sharing your experience and insights with our attendees for today's webinar.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
All right. Great. Thank you. All right. Fantastic. So now we'll open it up for Q&A. Please feel free to use a Q&A tab at the bottom of your screen, and our team will respond to you. Also, I can see, because we're not so many on the call, if you'd like to ask a question, you could raise your hand, and we could respond to you. So as we have people asking the questions, I'll just repeat the November scholarship offer that we have. So if you enroll between today and the 28th, remember we have a running joke at Nexford that you have 12 opportunities in a year to enroll for learning. So you do not have an excuse for you to begin learning at the first of the beginning month. You need to have enrolled by the 28th of the previous month. And so for this particular offer that we have for November, if you can enroll between today and the 28th of November, you will be able to lock down 50% of the first month of your tuition fee. For the subsequent months, we'll give you scholarship of 30% that will run for the duration of your program. This is applicable for our undergraduate program. That's a Bachelor of Business Administration, and all our master's programs minus the Master of Science in Entrepreneurship. Yeah, and if you are not looking to start in December, but you would like to lock down the tuition, you can still enroll between now and the 28th of this month, and you can select a future start date, and our team will be happy to support you. You can write us an email at help@nexford.edu, and we'll be able to guide you through that. All right, I can see there are no open questions. Our team has responded to all your questions. We'd like to thank you so much for taking the time to joining us today for the East Africa Virtual Open Day. We hope this was helpful to you. Feel free to reach out to our team. If you didn't get a chance or an opportunity to answer any questions, again, you can drop us an email at help@nexford.edu. There is also a WhatsApp number that has been dropped by my teammate on the chat box. Feel free to note us down, and you can ask any questions you have, and we'll be happy to respond to you. So we wish you a lovely afternoon and a lovely remaining part of the week. Thank you all.